Aujourd'hui, je vais parler de... Well, I'm wading into social commentary today on the subject of Pearl Davis, so I'm prepared to be hated by the internet. Because that's how things are online, right? That is how it is. But whatever. Thank God I don't do this for the money, so I can say whatever wacky opinions I want. Hey, Zempuck here. So I call myself a feminist because to me that just means that I want everybody to be treated equally. I don't think it's that charged of a term, but alas, I get that these days the term carries additional and probably a whole bunch of unwanted connotations. So much so that there are now ladies out there who call themselves anti-feminists, okay? The primary example of which is the subject of my rant today, a certain Miss Pearl Davis. Honestly, I feel like I chanced upon her via the social medias, but she has since kind of disappeared due to cancel culture or whatever. But whatever I did ingest really made my eyes roll so far back in the back of my head that I must have been staring at the inside of my skull for quite some time. Now, I didn't know a lady can be like this. Let's just say, can be this nonsensical, right? But before we get to the critique part, I have to exercise how I was taught, which is to say something nice about anyone if possible. So let's just get the one position that she has that I don't disagree with, okay? And that would be, if feminists wants the right to vote, it should come with the right to being drafted. Don't actually have a problem with that. Seems fair. But that should apply to everyone. Right? I mean, so voters should be limited only to those of us who's voters should be limited to those of us who's willing to do some sort of public service, if not to defend our country, right? I'm cool with that. Certainly we'll keep all the armchair soldiers out of the way, right? And hurt that conservative cost, I think, okay? Whew. Now that that is out of the way, we can get to the nutty opinions of this lady, who I sincerely hope is only saying such drudgery for the views, and is not really this empty-headed, right? Obviously. Final interlude, if you enjoy some random rants from a dude with clearly no production skills, like, subscribe, share, comment, or whatever. I'll be great regardless, because I do these for funsies. Hit that bell icon. Still not sure where the heck that is, but people who watch YouTube say it all the time, so I'm here parroting it. Okay, now the first dumb thing Pearl Davis has actually said, which is women should not vote. I mean, I'm just dumbfounded, really, especially in a post-Roe versus Wade world. Like, seriously, this lady doesn't understand that in a democracy your vote is literally your only way to fight back against the system in any realistic way? I mean, we're trending down a world to like the Handmaid's Tale kind of sphere, okay? And there are ladies like her out there saying women basically shouldn't have a vote on how their lives should be run. I mean, I'm just super curious as to women are single out here as well, by the way. I did agree with her point about, maybe voting rights should be aligned with something like military service or public service, but my main issue is that how anyone, much less a lady, would think that somehow dudes are more qualified with some inherent ability to make decisions for, all of humanity. Because I don't know, man, in my experience, I've met just as many totally dum-dums that are dudes as I have ladies. Stupidity truly transcends gender boundaries, so why gang up on ladies specifically? Why should they specifically have less rights? I can't think of a single possible relevant reason. Yeah. Pearl dumbass factor, starting off at a real maximum here, okay? Second dumb thing Pearl Davis has actually said. Divorce should be illegal. What the what now? She does realize that there are plenty of ladies in abusive relationships that are most likely not even their own choices to begin with, right? Or even if they are, honestly, sometimes people get married young, hope for the best, and circumstances just goes downhill. Oh boy, now I just sound like I'm making excuses for abuse. So let's backtrack for a second, right? Surely divorce would be an easy alternative, but people simply aren't getting along, at least to the point of potential violence, no? Yeah, I know in domestic abuse, it could go the other way as well, right? It's just much less likely for a lady to trash a dude due to, biology, so I'm going to ignore that statistic anomaly for now, okay? But hey, actually, maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong, right? Maybe Pearl's really trying to protect rather than shit on the ladies for a change. Maybe she's trying to prevent all the dudes from being heartbroken when their wives cheat on them. I mean, if divorce is illegal, I mean, I guess that would probably make more sense, since Pearl definitely seems like the kind of girl that would cheat on whichever poor sap actually ends up marrying her someday, okay? So maybe she really wants to keep that marital protection thing in place so she herself doesn't have a way out? Oh my god. Now, final gem from the bonkers lady that is Pearl Davis, who said, all of society is basically pandering and simping for women. Ah, man, does this lady just mirror the talking point of the dumbassery that is the manosphere, or what? Because this just sounds like when young, impressionable dudes say things like, well, ladies get all their drinks for free and that's so unfair, life is so unfair. Everyone knows that those free drinks come at a price, right? A price that most dudes wouldn't pay, okay? Usually the price is having to talk to some dude a lady probably has no interest in, okay? Even that reality is beside the point, okay? Let me just be clear. I do agree that there is some pandering going on for ladies, but only some, you know, the attractive ones, okay? That's not really debatable, is it? I mean, with the current dominating Western standard of beauty, right? That also implies a fairly general, narrow age range as well. So when this, you know, actually pandering occurs. So if you're young and haggling a lady, sure, you get some extra love, but that's about it. That's not pandering done to all ladies. Seriously, when's the last time an old lady got pandered on instead of being judged too harshly based on her wardrobe while running for president? Remember 2016? When's the last time you've seen a giant fat lady being pandered to? That's not by a multinational cookie company. Or hell, has it ever been great in the grand US of A to be a lady of color? Last I checked, no one's itching to switch places with, you know, the minorities either, okay? So yeah, I really want to give most people the benefit of the doubt, but on every level, Pearl Davis must be in the running for dumbest broad in America. I mean, I am sure there are dumber ladies out there, but willing to amplify your self-defeating points about yourself surely gives her bonus points, right? And yes, I know I just said broad, and it is not a term I normally use to describe a lady, but in the case of Pearl Davis, I feel like it is appropriate to label her with the type of terms that she'd relegate for herself, right? Now, even the funnier thing is that Pearl Davis is currently, as far as I can tell, unattached. She's very popular with the conservatives and not entirely bad looking, and yet she can't find a dude to not divorce with. I wonder why, right? Could it be that real douchey conservatives don't like their ladies to talk smack at all, or this much? Possibly? Now, don't you find that ironic? So, is she a dum-dum, or am I off my rockers? Do comment below, or whatevs, okay? Cheers. I'll approach it.